Hey, boss, he ain't working.
I stand corrected again, as I thought that Jasmine Crockett was putting on a show and very performative. I gotta say, Ilhan Omar, she stole the show today. She literally grabbed a playbook out of 50 Cent's archive by teaching us how to stunt today. Ilhan Omar and several of her colleagues went to a ICE facility today to conduct oversight. Let's review.
Back up. Make a hole. Make a hole. Thank you. We're coming on the sidewalk. Thank you. Right here. All right. Thank you.
We can't see. The cameras can't see. Cameras can't see down in front. Cameras can't see.
So myself, Ilhan Omar of Minnesota's 5th District, along with Angie Craig, the Congresswoman for Minnesota's 2nd District, and Kelly Morrison, the Congresswoman for Minnesota's 3rd District, made an attempt to enter Whippley Center here in Minneapolis. We were initially invited in to do our congressional oversight and to exercise our Article 1 duties. When we made it in, it was with the authorization of someone who's been here for a really long time, who understood that we had a congressional duty to enter the building and to see the facility. Shortly after we were let in, 2 officials came in and said that they received a message that we were no longer allowed to be in the building and that they were rescinding our invitation to come in and declining any further access to the building. When we initially entered, I'll briefly describe what we saw. We were taken in to the monitoring center. We were able to see where people were brought in. We were informed that there are 2 planes that are taking off today, taking detainees out of this center into other detention centers outside within the United States. We did ask if those were deportation flights. We were told no. When we entered the detention center, we were able to observe about 20 people that were being detained there briefly. We also were told that there were showers we weren't able to see. We asked if there were hygiene products provided. They told us people are not held long enough to need those, which is insane because we've heard from people who have been detained here before. And so I will let my colleagues also share their observation, but I will end with this. What happened today is a blatant attempt to obstruct members of Congress from doing their oversight duties. When we appropriate funds as members of Congress, we are expected by the public to do oversight because the public requires their money be used with transparency and accountability. And what happened today is ICE agents deciding that we were no longer allowed to fulfill our constitutional duties. I will turn it over to Congresswoman Angie Craig.
Wow. Wow. This is laughable. You hear the contradiction in her statement, right? You say the first thing that you said was they didn't let you in. Then right after that, you said, well, they let us in, but only reviewed for a short time. So which is it? Because I can understand if they rescinded your invitation. And if they did do that, then I think it just looks kind of corny or looks bad on them. However, the first part of your statement was they didn't let us in. Then you turn right around and say they let us in. We seen this. We seen about 20 people, and 20 people is a lot of people. Like I feel like that's super misleading and very contradictory. But this is the games that these type of people like to play. And it's fascinating that You want to do your duties. You want to do your duties now, but you haven't been doing your duties when it comes down to the fraud in Minnesota. Because I'm not even finna go off into if it's Somalis, if it's these type of people or these type of people. Like, no, like overall, as someone sitting in office, where was this guild, where was this urge of oversight with American tax dollars when the same people that you've been in bed with are allegedly committing fraud? Where was the animosity then? Where was the tension then? Where was the oversight then? See, these people like to play in our faces. I'm telling you, she's teaching us how to stunt in real time because her actions don't match up with what she's been doing. Because since the fraud came out, week by week, like when the fraud first came out a few months ago, she had so much to say. And then as the weeks went on and they continue to people continue to bring light upon Minnesota fraud and within the Somali community, if you notice, she hasn't really had much to say in the past few weeks. But now that an incident has occurred in Minneapolis, it's quite jarring that now you want to come back out and now you want to conduct oversight when you could have been conducting oversight. I see if this was a few weeks ago, but and I definitely see if this was before they started cracking down on the Somali fraud. I see if you was doing your oversight then, and maybe she has. Who knows? But to purposely have the cameras rolling, this is all nothing but propaganda and gaslighting. You know what I'm saying? She pretty much is gaslighting and jumping on the heels of Renee Nicole Good being shot by ICE. That's all this is. Very performative. I thought that Jasmine Crockett was still in the show, but my man, like, it's clear that Ilhan Omar is gonna show us how to stunt. This is nothing but a mere circus act. And so many people get so twisted and blind to what's actually happening right in our faces. Cause this is a slap in the face. Like we can play that one part again so you can hear her. Like, where was this animosity then? Let's go right, cause let's go back a few seconds. Let's go back.
Members of Congress from doing their oversight duties. When we appropriate funds as members of Congress, we are expected by the public to do oversight because the public requires their money be used with transparency and accountability.
With transparency and accountability. Where's the accountability? Call out your constituents that have clearly committed fraud. Call out your constituents. But see, she's not going to do that because that's who put her in office. And these apologists that put her in office. It's okay when they ride the coattail of the American tax dollar, but ICE is doing a liberty duty and you're questioning where the tax dollars is now. Man, get out of here, man. This ain't nothing but a bunch of bull crap, in my opinion. She put on a show to Saturday just to deflect from the fraud that's been going on in Minnesota. Unbelievable. But y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's your boy Mercy. I'm out.